Welcome to the club. My name is John. I will be your host for this meeting. In this meeting, I want to take a look at how a new investor who's just starting with a company will go out and take a look at the company's offering plan and look at some of the investments. As you know, I've been talking about the ticker symbols, how we need to find those ticker symbols so that we can evaluate the investments. In this session, I'm going to take a look at one of my investments, retirement plans offered by employer, but it's going to be my part-time employer because it's definitely not one of my cash cows. So I feel comfortable with bringing it up and scrolling through with it. So what we're going to do in this meeting, we are going to pretend that we are making our choices on what investments we want and how much we want to put in. So I'm going to jump right into it. And that's what this meeting is going to be about, setting up your employer's retirement plan. Okay. So just stick with me and we're going to hop right into it. Thank you. Okay, folks. So this is a Transamerica 401k offering from Blank Family of Business. That's the owner of the Atlanta Falcons, Atlanta United. He's very active in the community. He also likes to pay out a lot of money to individual players. So Kirk Cousin got us for 100 million, and he was only able to play half the season, but that's a different story. But anyway, he's a nice guy. So what we have here, the web page here loads very, very slow. And what I want to show you is that as you go to work for somebody, they're going to offer you an opportunity to get to the benefits website and you can opt in for the retirement plan. Now, they were supposed to be talking about changing laws that you would always automatically be enrolled to get the minimum so you can get the match. So we're just going to take a look at some of the different investments because that's primarily what we've been talking about. So if we take a look through here, you're going to see that they have some investment options down here. So they're going to be divided. Here is your short-term bonds, stables, money markets. It's called the guaranteed investment option. You got all of these are safe investments, supposedly, long as the bonds don't invert and go negative, which they could. Fidelity Advisors, you got a Vanguard, and then now you start getting into your large caps. You got the Fidelity 500 index. And as you can see, I have a balance of $655.27. I work here part time. They do have a generous match. It's pretty much, I'm at 5%, so they're matching 100%. You've got all large cap growth Z. I've never heard about Dodge and Cox. Then you got your small cap, small and mid caps, Vanguard, JP Morgan. It's just a collection of up and coming businesses. And you got your international stocks here. And then you start getting these target funds down here. There's a bunch of them for T. Rowe Price, all out. This would be mine's right here, somewhere around in 2035. And it's designed to alter from lower the amount of stocks you have to reduce risk and get you more into fixed stuff. Um, Very few people fool with these. That's like you pick that if you don't have a clue what you want to do. But as you can see, most people are in this here. So let's see, we're going to double click it. This site is running very, very slow. So let's see. So it comes up, there's your ticker symbol. So if you would invest in this, you put that, write that down, keep track of that, FXAIX. And if we go over to our Morningstar, we will be able to throw that in and take a look at it. Let me blow this up a little bit. So as a new investor, you want to get used to looking at these. Investment seeks to provide investment that results that correspond to the total return performance of stocks publicly traded. The fund normally invests at these 80% stocks, assets, and common stocks, including the S&P 500. So this one's supposed to mirror the S&P 500. It's got low operating expenses, and it's year to date. Now this is probably going to be last year. Morningstar rates it very high. It's got 5 stars right there. Average risk. Um, Here's your 1 year return year to date. That cannot be this year. This must be last year's. Quarterly ends returns. So they haven't published anything new. But here's your top 10: Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Meta, Alphabet. This is Google, Berkshire, Alphabet. This is a different class of shares, Eli Whitney and Broadcom. So you can see here that if you were a new hire and you were picking an investment and you wanted to pump your money into it and you were okay with, you had a high risk tolerance in case it dropped, the economy goes real bad, these companies, they'll start laying people off. Microsoft, they're still going to make, and Amazon, Apple will hang in there. All these companies will hang in there. So they'll recover and you'll do well. So I just wanted to show you how some of the investments work for a do-it-yourself or a new person, and how you can go in and start looking at these investments yourself. So FXAIX, FXAIX. See if we can remember that. Let me see if I can hop on here and go into the Yahoo Finance, and we'll throw it in there real quick. So that is a Roth IRA too. That's after tax money, and it's set at 5% is what I'm putting in. And since I met the 5-year rule on my previous um, Roth 401k, well, actually, maybe not on that one. I'd have to check on this. This is inside of an employer retirement plan. The other one I had was just in my regular old account. This may not apply. Boy, look at the share price on that right there. Holy cow. That baby's up there. And showing year-to-date return of 26%. So this is how you can take a look at your investments. I would have to do a little research on that to see if this one qualifies. I've had this for a while. Um, so even though it's in a retirement plan, employer plan, I may be at that 5-year rule. I have to go back and check and see. It doesn't matter. It's only got $600 in it. I'm not going to be worried about that. But I just wanted to show you what the plan would look like. And let's see if we can get back to it here. But that's about all I got for you on this one. And again, as you know, we're still researching everything. So if you get a chance, I'm going to go back to, let's see if I can get back to the original, how it looks when you first go in. So a lot of these employer plans, you have to get in it from your corporate network. On the outside, you wouldn't be able to get in. But since this is offered to all employees, they've got to set in. So it's got my account here, vested balance. So I'm 100% vested. That means that all of the money that they put in, I get to keep. It shows up $10 went in it, and it's up 3.8% so far this year in just 3 weeks or so. Okay. So this is it, what I got for you on an employer sponsored plan, how to look in here. This is a Roth here, a Roth retirement plan where the money I put in, I never have to pay taxes on it. And as you know, I'm into these Roth because you never know. Anything happens to you, you need to get your hands on the money. The last thing you want to do is be fooling around with paying taxes. So I think it's the safest bet right now. And then you've got a lot of caveats to it that will benefit you down the road. You're just throwing money in it, but anything you fall off a cliff with your employment, like some of the people unfortunately have happening to them in this country, you're gonna wish you were able to draw on some of this money. So this is what I got for you on this session of the club. And thanks for coming. Go ahead and subscribe yourself and give me some likes and some comments so I can develop some new material. I'm basically going through a whole scenario. I want this to be something people will be interested in looking at for years in the future. Okay. My name is John, and this concludes the meeting.